Hi, my name's Heidi. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm a Seint artist and I am here to help you apply your makeup. If you've already learned the basics, then this is the perfect video for you. We're gonna dive a little deeper and we're gonna start to try some bronzers and illuminators. When you first got your makeup in the mail, you probably, if you were just beginning, started with the 4 tins, which would have been put into a palette that looks like this. So now that you have that down and you want to maybe learn a little bit more or try some new things, you may want to try to go up to a next size, which would be a double. They have a couple different sizes of these. So with this, you can have, like mine, I have all of my shades that you would have already learned how to do on the top, and then I have a bronzer which we're going to use, and then a lip color. I use a different color for my cheeks than I do for my lips, and that changes on a daily basis, but these are the ones I'm gonna use today. Then on the bottom, because the illuminators I have are powder, I keep them with the eyeshadows. So this is the Georgia, and that's Photoshop, and that's what we're gonna use today. I've already done my eyes before the video, so we're not gonna do anything with those. So if you wanna follow along with me, you're gonna need a few things. You're gonna wanna sit facing some type of natural light, like a slider or a windows. And if you have a mirror with a light on it, great. If you don't, you can just use any old mirror. So you're gonna wanna get those. You're also gonna want something to pull your hair back. We wanna have your whole face exposed to be able to use the contour correctly. You're also gonna need a moisturizer, and it's very important that you moisturize your face before you apply makeup. You don't wanna have dry patches or uneven tones in the makeup. So gather those, get your makeup together, and we will get started. So we have all right, if you're all set to go, let's jump right in. So the brushes that I'm going to use today are the 3D brush, and this brush has a coned end for applying your contour and your highlight, and it has a fluffy end so that you can blend properly. You can also use this for your bronzer, but there is a specific bronzer brush that we will use. This is the bronzer and blush brush. This is also great for blending. It's probably the best blending brush that we have, but this is a bronzer brush too. The other brush that I will use a little bit is the buff brush. This one has heavier coverage, so it depends what you're looking for when you apply this makeup. You have a small angled side, which is great for under eyes, little areas that you want to contour, and then you have a bigger end that would be for blending or for getting other areas on your face that maybe would need more makeup. The other brush that I'm going to use today is the smudge brush. If you don't have this brush, at some point you're gonna want this brush. This is one of my favorites. This is perfect for nose contouring. You can use it on your eyes. It's good for underneath your eyes, little areas like that. If you just wanna do a little bit of lip and cheek right in between areas, like between your highlight and your contour color, this is perfect for those areas. So we're gonna use those 4 brushes today. I'm also going to be using our brush cleaner. This stuff's absolutely amazing. If you have been using the Seint HAC, applying stuff with your fingers, but you're ready to transition to a brush, you will definitely want that brush cleaner. It dries instantly to be able to go between colors. So if you only have one brush and that's what you've been blending with, and now you're gonna get an applying brush, you're gonna have to apply one color, clean your brush in between, and then another. You do not want to make the mistake of cleaning your brushes with soap and water. It actually mildews at the base of the brush, so you'll be cleaning it, and even if you dry upside down over time, it will mildew inside. You don't want that on your face. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do is we are going to clip our hair back. Remember, we want face exposed. Let's see if I can do this. All right, so get your hair back, and then you're gonna moisturize your face. Just need a little bit. You can use any type of moisturizer that you have around. Whatever you use on a daily basis is fine. And just get them all over your face. Okay, and when you're all set to go, we're gonna start with our contour. So if you're following along with me, you probably have your palette in order already from darkest to lightest. So I like to start with my contour color, then I go to my main shade, then a lightening shade, and then a lip and cheek. So that is what we're going to do. I am going to apply my makeup with the 3D coned end, okay? So I'm gonna start with the contour. Now the contour is a little bit harder. It's a little cold or firm, and you can always run your hairdryer over this makeup, just heat it up a little bit. As soon as it starts to sweat, it'll be perfect for applying. So when you start to apply this makeup, you'll notice less is more. If you've already done the basic hacks, then you know that you only need a little bit, especially if you're using the buff brush. This buff brush, this is heavier coverage. You want to use a lot less when you put it on. So using this one, I'm gonna tap it, and you can always add more. You just tapping, tapping, tapping. You don't need a lot. And if you put too much on, then you just are going to blend more later, okay? But you can always add and build. So first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna get a nice like rainbow of contour on your face. And you can just dab a little more if you don't think it's dark enough. Okay, smooth, right, pretty much temple to temple, okay? Then you're gonna dab a little more with our brush, and you're gonna go right from your top of your cheekbone to about halfway. I do mine a little higher because I like to raise my face. So we're just gonna get a little bit, okay? And as you can see, we can add more, but you're getting the idea here. You wanna create a chiseled look on your face. So now, the other side. And we're gonna blend all of this in after. So this side is good. I'm gonna raise this up a little bit more. And this is just one way of applying the makeup. There are so many ways, and there's no wrong way. As long as you get the color where it's supposed to be on your face and you blend it there, you can put it on any way you want. Okay, so now I'm going to switch to the smudge brush, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to do your nose with the smudge brush. So you're gonna take your contour color, okay? Still dabbing with the smudge brush. So when you use the smudge brush for your nose, one little trick is to put another brush on your nose when you're doing it so that you can go around it. So if you were to do it, imaginary line, you could do it that way too. You can take a brush right down the center of your nose, okay? And you could go on both sides of it. So your contour color is going to be just on the outside of your nose, because your highlight color is going to go straight down where I have this brush right now. And remember, you can always put more on. So if you can see, I have it on both sides of my nose now, okay? So normally I would stop the video here because I didn't want to get too complicated. But this time we're gonna contour our jawline also. And this is nice to chisel out your face. It's very important that when you are doing this on your jawline that it's not on your face. You do not want it on your face. You don't want to create some type of 5 o'clock shadow. So it has to be right on your jawline, okay? And we're gonna end up blending this downward. So same thing, this time I'm gonna use my buff brush, and I'm gonna use the smaller angled end, okay? I feel like I have more control with this one. It doesn't spread as much, which is why I like it. So same thing, you're gonna dab the contour. Remember, gentle dabs. You don't need to put huge dents in your makeup. So when you do this, you're just gonna take it from basically behind one ear to behind the other side of the ear, following the jawline, okay? And if you mess it up, you can just wipe some off or try again. And you just want it right on your jawline. Go right under your chin, right on the jawline, same thing, okay? You see? Okay, and then you're gonna put a little bit down where your Adam's apple would be. If you can see that. Just a little bit. You do not need to put a lot on, and you can always add more later. So at the end, before we're like ready, set, done, we're gonna check it over and we're gonna fix it up if we need to. Okay, so this is our contouring, okay? So you have your forehead, your cheeks, sides of your nose, and under your chin, your jawline, okay? So this is where the brush cleaner comes in handy. We are going to clean the brushes now because we're gonna move on to the next color. And with this, you're just gonna spray a couple sprays on your brush, and then you're just gonna take any old towel and you're just gonna wipe it off. And that's it. All clean, good to go, dry, ready for the next color. So I'm going to clean all the brushes I used real quick with that. And then you'll see where we go next. Okay, cleaning the smudge brush now, and they are all set. So now we're gonna move on to our main shade. Same idea when you're tapping. You wanna make sure you're just tapping a little bit. And with the highlight colors, they're softer than the contour, so you definitely do not want to press hard. Okay, and if you're using the buff brush, remember it's heavier coverage. So just tap a little bit of your main color, and we're just gonna put it in the areas that you're not gonna have your brightening shade. And if you've been doing your makeup already, you probably are pretty good at this, and you're just zipping right through. You're probably ahead of me right now. So I'm just gonna keep putting it all the places where the brightening shade won't be. And the sides there. And I'm using the cone end, again, of the 3D brush right now. And this we're gonna fill in later where we missed, okay? So with this color, you're not using much of it because everywhere else you're gonna have color. So we're gonna clean our brush. And that's it for the main shade. And to show you, I did the main shade right here. So we're leaving our T-zone free. And I did just around here because again, leaving this free in the sides, okay? So if you're following along, make sure your brushes are all clean and you're good to go. We are going to move on to the brightening shade. And this one, I'm going to show you with the buff brush, okay? So same thing, very soft, and you don't want a lot. You just tap, 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 okay? And you're gonna give it some under eye. All right, right up to your temple. And this is heavier coverage, again, buff brush. So you get your brightening shade there. And then this is where I love the smudge brush. This thing is just, it's amazing. It's amazing. So with this, okay, I'm just dabbing a little, and I'm actually gonna do some thinner lines, okay, down my face. This is so nice for your nose. You just go right down the center of your nose, little above your Cupid's bow, and then on your chin area. So let's recap what we have. Our contour color, right across your forehead, down your cheekbones, outside of your nose, and this time we have put it on our jawline and a little bit down our neck. Our main shade is going right here, here, and here, okay? And then your brightening shade is in your T-zone. So straight down your face and under your eyes, okay? And remember, we're gonna touch this up later. Next thing we have is the lip and cheek color, and a lot of people apply this after, that's fine. I like to do all mine at the same time. I think it's cool, it's like magic, it just all blends where it's supposed to be. So we are going to do a lip and cheek color, and I'm gonna show you again, I'm gonna use the other side of the smudge brush because I haven't cleaned it, and we're gonna show you how the lip and cheek goes on. It's very soft. It's softer than the rest of them. So you just need a little bit, dab it, and I'm gonna put it between the brightening shade and the contour. And I like to keep it only at the top. Remember, you wanna raise your face. So you could do dots, you could do a little line. So I just like to do a little bit of line here. And I'm going to use a different color on my cheeks. So now I'm gonna do that right now. So this is the basic application of all 4 of my colors. Okay, so what we're gonna do is clean our brushes. That's what we like to do, have clean brushes. And then we are gonna go on to blending. All right, so depending which brush you have, the best blending brush we have is the bronzer and blush brush. So if you're doing the Seint HAC and you only want one brush, that might be an option, or you can use the 3D. That's my favorite. It's just a little smaller on the fluffy end for blending than the bronzer and blush, but I actually prefer that, especially when I'm near my eyes. So we are going to get started on the blending. Okay, so when I blend lightest colors to darkest. That way your brush doesn't have any carryover of darker colors going on your face. Not that when you're blending you actually have any stay on the brush. We put so little on, it just stays in place. So when you blend, you just tap. You're just tapping. It may take a little while, and especially if you're using a heavier coverage brush, it will take a little bit longer. But this is where it's important that you take your time because you don't want any texture issues. So we're just blending this in, and it's just light taps. You just want to keep it where it is. And if you're doing under your eyes and you want, you could try using a smaller brush like the buff brush. I know it's a little harder to spread with that because it's stiffer, but it really works well getting under your eyes. I'm gonna show you that. So if you use the smaller end, okay, of the buff, you can get right up under your eyes. And even if you just get under your eyes and then you do the rest with the other brush, that's great too. There's really no wrong way. Whatever you're comfortable with is great. Whatever works. In the end, it's all gonna come out the same. It's just based on preference what you're doing. So once you get your light color blended, okay, then we're gonna go to the main shade. And you can start anywhere with this, and it's okay if some of the light and the main like mixed a little. So we're gonna I'm gonna go down here, I'm gonna tap the main shade. And remember, you're just going around, you're leaving your contour and your lip alone. Your lip and cheek color, you're not touching them at all, okay? Just making sure the rest is all blended around it. This stuff really is amazing. It doesn't feel like you have a lot on. It's very natural, gives you a nice glow. Okay, so once you have your lightest colors done, okay, we're gonna go for your contour. So with the contour, it's a little different. You're not tapping in place. You're gonna pull towards your hairline while you're tapping, okay? You're just trying to create a shadow on your face with the contour. So it's just gonna go back, okay? You're tapping and taking it back. Now don't forget the bottom. You do not want to miss this. If you go out in public, you're going to be like, oh my goodness. Sometimes you want to blend it when you actually put it on. You can do that too, so you don't forget. So with this, you're going to pull down your contour now. Tap and pull down. Okay. You got your nice chiseled out jawline. So you're just pulling down. Pull down your neck. Same like tapping and pulling, tapping and pulling. Okay, and now I'm gonna do my nose. Just tap that in where it is. And if you guys have been doing your makeup and you're one of my new customers, I would love to see some before and afters. You guys can even post them on my Facebook page or send them to me if you don't want other people seeing them. But I would love to see how you're doing with your makeup. Okay, so we blended that. Now we're moving on to our cheeks. So with the contour on your cheek, you wanna make sure that when you're blending, you're only getting the contour, not the lip and cheek color. So you're gonna go towards your hairline, tapping. Okay, this is gonna draw your face upward. So tap, 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 tap. Same thing, up towards your hairline, leave your lip and cheek color alone. And this, like I said, we can fix later. You can add more, you can blend more. You just want to blend the basic stuff in. Now this side. And the contour color, like I said, is a little like colder or harder material. So it does warm up to your face, so it'll be easier to spread, but it's still just more work blending, I think. So we're just tapping, pulling towards our hairline. Okay, so we got our contour color on our cheeks. And now we are going to blend our lip and cheek color, okay? You're gonna tap this right in place. Don't pull it towards your hairline. And you just want, just taps right where it is. Tap it in place, okay? And it doesn't matter if it goes like blended towards your contour now because it's right above it. I mean, it really is just a little bit right on the top of your cheekbone. And as you can see, it's easy to blend, warms right up to your face. Okay, so that is all of our makeup blended. So now I'm going to take a close look at my face and just make sure that I got everything blended correctly. And there's no areas I think I need to add to. Sometimes you'll notice in this step that you want a little bit more brightening under your eyes if you have, you know, some darkening or like circles or some bags. And you can take the smudge brush and just tap in a little bit where you want it. That works. And if not, if you think you're good to go, then we will move on to the bronzer. I love bronzer. I think it just really finishes the look. I know that a lot of people start out and get it and they're excited about it, but then they don't really know how to use it. Or they put it on initially and they put too much and it's like, oh. It does give you like a sun-kissed tan type of look. You're applying it where the sun would hit you on your face naturally. And you're only putting a little bit. And this is like the type of thing where if you put too much, you just blend it more. So basically, without anything on here, I'll show you. I'm gonna use the blush and bronzer brush, okay? And this is gonna be like a 3 on your face. It's basically gonna be here to there to there. This is the general area, okay? Just a 3. So when you're putting it on, I usually start with my forehead and I blend it there first and then see where else we're gonna go. So this is very soft, okay? It's soft like your highlights would be. So you just need a little bit. You just tap it, okay? Tap it in and you're gonna see, it doesn't look like much, but it goes on heavy. So I'm gonna show you this side. So I'm gonna tap it so you can see first. See how that's darker? So then you're gonna take it and you're just gonna swirl. You're just gonna do like a circle, okay? And you're just gonna go in that 3 on your face. And then you're gonna tap the other side. And I'm gonna dot it so you can see the darkness again. So you can see the difference, okay? So you're just gonna get the circle, make sure it's blended in, and then you're gonna just hit your 3. You're not gonna ruin your other makeup by doing this. And if you don't like how it looks somewhere, you can always add a little more lip and cheek if you want. So that really, I think, makes such a difference even though you're only putting a tiny bit on. That is the bronzer, okay? And Bella bronzer is my absolute favorite. I haven't tried the Heat Waves is nice too. I know a lot of people use that on their lips. I'll have to do another video to show you that one separately. So the next thing we're gonna do is our lips. And if you have a chance before you apply your makeup to do some type of lip scrub or exfoliate them, it will be helpful, okay? The color that I'm using today is Black Cherry. Now, when you look at it in here, it looks super dark. You're like, ooh, I don't know about that. It goes on so different. In fact, all of these colors that you see on there, they all go on differently. And I am actually gonna do a video with all the lip and cheek colors I have. It's not all of them, but I have a bunch. And then you'll be able to see the difference between them. So when you put your lip and cheek on, you can do, some people do a lip liner with like, you could use your contour color as a lip liner. I generally don't do that. I just like a nice light gloss. So you're gonna take it, you're just gonna run your finger, and you can get this stuff as dark as you want. You could put a ton on, a little bit, and you're just gonna rub it on. And as you can see, this color is nice. It's not dark. You wouldn't believe that that's the color, right? I mean, way different from there to there. I love that color. So now that you have all your makeup done, okay, we're gonna add a little bit of extras. So we are going to add some Illuminator. So with Illuminator, it's extremely pigmented. You only need a tiny bit. And it's multifunctional. A lot of people wear, you can wear bronzer and Illuminator on your eyes. I actually will do regular eyeshadow and tap a little Illuminator on sometimes. So the color I'm gonna use today, I'm gonna do the Photoshop. So again, this is Illuminator, and I'm gonna show you a swatch real quick. So if I were to swatch this, okay, it's very pigmented, okay? And I'm gonna swatch the Georgia for you too. This color is beautiful. I love that color. It's like a gold. So that's your Illuminator. So when we put Illuminator on, you're just gonna, like when you go out in the sun or you just wanna have a little bit of sparkle. So we're gonna put it on our temples, okay? Just the tip of our nose and our Cupid's bow, okay? And you can look up ways to do all kinds of stuff other than what I'm showing you. This is just a general idea. So you're gonna tap it, okay? Don't need a lot. And you're just gonna put a little right on your temple. You'll be able to see, especially if you have a lighted mirror, you'll see. Okay, so you get just a little bit of shine. So when you turn your head, you can see the shine. It's just a cute little extra thing. You can put a little bit in your corner of your eyes, brighten that up. Just remember, it's highly pigmented. So if you were to do it like on your eyelid, like at the top, under your brow, make sure you put a very little bit. It's very pigmented. So when you're all done all your makeup and you're ready to go, you wanna make sure and set it so it stays. There's a bunch of you can use setting powder, you can use setting sprays. I actually just went out and got just a cheap, it's a NYX matte finish. Just a quick finish and just a regular, any sponge. So what I do is I just spray the sponge and then I dab it on a towel, okay? And you just tap your face. It's gonna feel a little wet. Nothing's gonna mix. It's gonna set your makeup so it stays longer. You just tap it, okay? Voila! And that is a Seint HAC. So, let your hair down. You look beautiful, you guys. I know you did a great job. I know you did. So, there you go. Ready, set to go. Hope you guys all enjoyed that and followed along, and make sure you hit like and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my videos. We're gonna have lots of fun on here. Thanks so much for watching.